just in a little bit of a more general sense for a quick moment, you talked to me a little bit about the must-haves of a contract versus maybe the nice to haves, or the what you want in a contract, but maybe it's not necessary. Can you outline both of those and obviously just unpack? So what are some of the must-haves in these kinds of contracts?
So a must-have is anything that's required by statute. So, you have to have a price and a scope. You need to have a place where a date. I mean, we're going to get really, really basic.
Yeah.
The names of the parties, the date of the contract, a price and a scope, and an owner's acknowledgement that they are obligated to pay. So those are the very most basic components of a contract. From there, different states have different statutory requirements for what has to be in a contract. We talked about the 3-day right of cancellation. That only applies for door knocking, but some of my clients put it in anyway because they just don't want to have the fight. And their philosophy, which I can endorse, I think, is that if somebody doesn't want to do business with me, I'm going to let them go. I'm not going to force them into a contract. That isn't always the case, because you may have done a boatload of work to get to the point where, the contract has been signed. You may have spent hours and hours on this claim, and you may have estimated it up one side and down the other, and you're not willing to walk away from that. And I don't have a dispute with that either.
Right.
But 3-day right of cancellation is required. In Texas, a law was just passed where there now has to be a disclosure in the contract that the owner's required to pay their deductible. That's new since September. Has to be 12-point bold font. It doesn't matter where it's in, but so things like that, and things, consumer warnings, and you may lose your property. So there are statutory requirements for every state for contracts.